Hello everyone, hello. You're back with Tomes, coming to you from Hanoi in Vietnam. Just demonstrating some more octatrack stuff that I've been messing around with. This time using a little guitar and my girlfriend's Big Sky pedal. So nice. And using some playsfree tracks as well to try and create different loop length times that are not kind of stuck to what's going on with the sequencer. So again, playsfree tracks and using a slightly different method to record. Now you will have noticed that, the guitar's here and it's tuned to something harmonic, so I don't need to fret anything to get it to work. And I'm doing that because this technique requires tapping the record buttons to get the sampling actually going. So why am I doing that? Well, my hope was to use loop lengths that are a little bit arbitrary. So often we're setting our record length to times that are related to the sequencer so that we have things that are metronomic and that loop nicely and that fit well. But I wanted to try doing something that doesn't do that at all. It doesn't necessarily fit, doesn't necessarily loop perfectly, but it does do something interesting. So the idea is to have 4 separate notes on separate tracks that are looping at strange times. Not that strange, but just not, there's no relationship between the number of steps that it's been sampled for. And so what I'm doing is using the hold mode to record that. I've got the guitar going into my interface, coming out through the Big Sky and then back into the octatrack. And I can just hold down, it's coming into C, so I need to hold this one to record it. If I bring up the screen, you can see the signal looks quite low in there, but it's loud enough. Then on the track, which is set to playsfree mode in the function and edit screen in the pattern settings, you can see it's set to playsfree. It's set to be a one-shot track because actually I only want to trigger it once because the track is set to a loop, set to ping pong. So it's playing through to the end, getting to the end and coming all the way back to the start. So the reason I'm not using the playsfree, or using the track to trigger the sampling, I found that when using using the hold setting in the pattern settings in playsfree mode, if I set this to hold, and let's say in the record screen I put a record trig down, and when I set it to record, even if I just want to have a shorter length, I want it to be recording for as long as I'm holding the button. When I hit record, I take my finger off, but it's still recording, and it will record until whatever length is set in here. So I wanted to try and do something where the loop lengths function a little bit differently. So these are all playsfree, functioning in the same way. I'll just get rid of that recording trig so we don't stuff it up. There's just one trig at the start of each one, so when I tap them, they'll start to play. The lengths of the loops are imperfect, so they will kind of loop around. There's also LFOs assigned to the balance in different ways, so they're moving around in the stereo field. So that's kind of interesting to me because it's like not stuck to the metronome. It's I mean, the sequencer isn't even running in this. So what's happening with the transform then is I've got the same 4 recording buffers that are recorded over here. The same 4 are being referenced in these flex tracks. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and again it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are also plays free, just with a single trig, but set up with a slightly different kind of envelope. So it's triggering a very short envelope. It's pitched up, plus 12. I'm using the length mode with an LFO set to modulate the length, so you get a little bit of glitchiness occasionally. So it creates this kind of plucky soundscape, which after coming from this, gradually fading, using the slider, adding reverb, bringing the filter down, moving into this slightly more delicate, but still using the same sound source to create some kind of I don't know, pad-like, creepy, star-like sound. I'm not sure. What would you call it? Yeah, so that's it. That's the idea. This idea was developed for a piece that I've been working on in partnership with another artist, and that should be being displayed sometime soon. Cool. So if you have any questions, you can send a comment or whatever. Okay, have a great day. Bye.